Okay. Assalamualaikum and Selamat Sejahtera to Dr. Afiqah. We are from Section 1. Our group member is Nadia Binti Zakaria, Nadzirah Binti Mohd Zawawi, me myself Nurul Haziqah Binti Zaifuddin, and Tuan Nurul Afiqah Binti Tuan Putera. Okay, so this is our interviewee background. His name is Esma bin Nawi. He is 35 years old. His profession is a professional engineer, IR. His occupation is a mechanical and electrical consultant engineer in Ilham Iz Consultant in Seremban. Okay, so this is our interview session. We interview the IR in his office in Seremban. Okay. So for the first question, how do you interested in engineering and get to involve in the current job position? So he started working as a contractor in 2007. Initially, he works on the basis of a project drawing that has already been designed. After 1 year, he started creating interest to gain a deeper understanding of the design process and entered the consulting firm to try something new. So, 9 years of experience in different consultant companies made him eager to obtain more by applying professional engineer IR under Board of Engineers Malaysia BEM, and now he opened up his own consultant company. So for the analysis, we can say that successful engineers starts with their inner selves. Without passion and ambition, job will not be able to perform well. And motivation also plays an important role in guiding future directions in engineering. Therefore, these motives can be learned from work experience. Next, how do you balance your social life and work? So since he started his own business, he got to be good at managing his own time. So the discipline of time is very important. The scheduled time taken must be carefully followed. For example, like the working hours from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Enough time to work is important so that one does not drag time away from personal affairs. Okay, so the analysis, in order to balance social life with work, time management and proper schedule are needed. Nevertheless, engineers also need to be honest to themselves and set target responsibly. This is very useful to keep track of every task, both works and personal. Engineers also should apply some strategies to adopt that can help them to stay productive. In your opinion, how can you relate your role in engineering that relate to society? So engineering is very related to society. For example, resident association wants to build a mosque and need to communicate with consultants and engineers involved. In addition to having built a mosque, he also connected with society to increase the school boards, expand the mosque, and others. So, as a discussion, a role in facilitating the function of society. Engineers and society are very closely related and always need to communicate with each other because every work that is done requires communication between them. Engineers plays a major role in the development and application of technology and so have a responsibility to communicate with society.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nadzirah Binti Muhammad Zawawi. Okay, for question number 4, in your opinion, what is the difference of having or without title professional engineer? The difference between being a professional engineer and without professional engineer title is it affecting the confidence level. It is a great responsibility to the society. Being a professional engineer is the highlight of engineer's career after so many years of study and work. In addition, an engineer needs to be professional in appreciating of himself. With the title of professional engineer, the views of society are also different and more respected. Okay, for analysis, being a professional engineer is not easy. Those who aspire to become a professional engineer need to have a strong mindset and have a deep interest because there are many challenges that must be met during the application period as a professional engineer. Okay, for question number 5, what is the most difficult challenge in the process of getting title professional engineer? The challenge to get the title professional engineer depends on the mindset of that engineer. They have to cultivate a high interest because of many obstacles and challenges for being a professional engineer. Commitment with family is also important as it takes a lot of time to prepare the reports required in the application to become a professional engineer. Okay, for analysis is engineers really need to have critical thinking skill in order to satisfy both parties that related to a certain problem by producing a wise solution that fits in society. They also need to put customer safety as a priority in every project that they deal with, ensure a safety environment. Okay, for question number 6, how do you interact with your customer or client and what issue that always arise? Okay, engineers will design their project according to customers' specification and make sure it does not engage with the authorities' requirements such as Tenaga Nasional Berhad, Malaysia Communication and Multimedia Commission and Malaysia Fire Department. The common arise issue is budget. Some customers prefer not to use sprinklers in the project to maintain the budget, but it does not follow the requirements of Malaysia Fire Department. Therefore, engineer needs to produce solution that satisfy both parties. Okay, the analysis is engineers really need to have critical thinking skill in order to satisfy both parties that related to a certain problem by producing a wise solution that fits in society. They also need to put customer safety as a priority in every project that they deal with to ensure a safety environment.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. I am Nadia. I will present to you question number 7, 8 and 9. Question number 7. How do you make good decision in solving the problem arise? Engineer really need to think a possible way to solve a problem that follow requirements of both parties, where engineer will propose a new way of the project to the customer. In this case, negotiation is really important, where engineers need to persuade the customer to follow the requirement. If the customer does not satisfied with the proposed idea, a new idea needs to be proposed. Analysis. Engineers need to emphasize rules and regulations that already stated in the laws to approve or plans a project regarding to customers' desire. Thus, professional engineer needs to have a good communication skill in order to communicate with society and authorities. Question number 8. How do you interact with your colleagues or workers and what issue that always arise? Meeting session is the only time where interaction happen between workers. If there is a problem arise, it will be discussed in a meeting where usually arguments and defense of the proposed idea is happen in order to produce a better solution to the problem. Usually, it will produce a very tense situation in the meeting. But once the meeting ends, every worker will act as nothing happens and started to talk casually. Indeed, professionalism plays a very important role in this field. Analysis. For question number 8. In working society, meeting session is important in order to avoid any problem that will cause trouble in the future. As engineer, every problem or concerns need to be addressed during this session. Indeed, professionalism needs to be practiced to produce a harmony environment. Question number 9. In your opinion, what kind of personality a person should have in order to be an engineer? In order to be a good engineer, one has to have a professional personality. Usually, a work that involves time, cost, and in energy. Sometimes people get interrupted by the emotions, and some might use harsh works during a meeting. People might get mad during the discussion, and things might be worse if the problem cannot be handled carefully. So, As engineer, one needs to be professional in order to settle down the situation. All the anger must only during the meeting and do not need to brag along after the meeting ends. Analysis for question number 9. Professionalism is important personalities that need to be in each engineer. This behavior is necessary for the long-term success of a work. Employee interactions and relationships with customers are important to ensure that company goals and objectives are met.
Okay, for the question 10, in your opinion, while in this field, how can you see the engineering is changing over time? People have become more exposed to the benefit of being a professional engineer, and the achievement of the position is increasing greatly. It is a good news as even university students are also keen to achieve this title. This has therefore changed the pattern of the young professional engineer from a low to a high number of achievement over time. In addition, clients nowadays demand for new and advanced tools for the consultant to work with the perfections. For example, 3D software such as SketchUp or BEAM software. The analysis for the question 10 is currently there are 700 registered engineers in Malaysia. This shows that people now are more exposed and have more interest toward engineering field, which years ago people are hardly to get in engineering field, which known as a hard and challenging field, especially to a young people. So for the next question is question 11. In your opinion, can a woman involved in engineering and what will the society expect? There is no problem for women entering engineering fields. Other people may think that it is not suitable for a woman to be engaged in engineering, but the involvement of female engineers is very common nowadays. The public also is starting to accept female engineers, and some of them are even more professional and mature in engineering decision making. Sometimes the interaction with female engineers may help with problem solving better. So the analysis is women voices are crucial to the problem solving and innovation that is at the heart of the engineering. A research in UK shows that 75% out of 300 female engineers were interested in problem solving and facing teams from an early age, and 90% of female engineers found their job rewarding. This proves that women engineers will not take their job lightly and will continue to strive for success. And for the next question is, which is the last question. Do you ever feel like you want to give up or quit in the engineering? He never felt to quit from this engineering field or give up on his work. He loves this feeling of satisfaction when seeing the work that he has done is successfully complete. As for his work as a mechanical engineer consultant, he loves to see the building that stands firmly after all the hard work that he has put is just paid off. As for now, he has no plan on doing something else because his engineering field is his passion. The passion in himself start from studies until now keeps him going to be a better professional engineer. So for the analysis is, passion is a key to every successful person. This is because passion can inspire and drive people towards specific goals, no matter how difficult they might be. It can be generate the enthusiasm to get through the biggest obstacles and overcome the hardest challenges. Thus, with the passion towards field, even though it is hard, my heart wants to always keep moving. So as a conclusion, engineering plays a very important role in society. Engineers are the reason for the phenomenal growth in technology of every generation. Social skill is needed in every engineer in order to interact with society. Whilst on the subject of technology, the way engineering communicate has also vastly improved. Innovative ideas at the heart of what engineers do to create new exciting prospects and solve any problems that might arise. Engineer needs to produce a solution to every problem that arises in society in more detail according as time demands. Thus,
Good communication skills and relationships with the community is very vital for business continuity. So this is our picture with the engineer, IR Esma. So, and with the business card, Ilham Iz Consultant. Thank you.